live stream. And I tell you, I've been having such fun doing these live streams. I really have. I was telling someone the other day that they've become such a part of my routine. I'm like, it is like just a part of what I do. And I really enjoy doing them. I love delivering the content. I love offering value. And what it is really requiring me to do is really plan my content. And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about planning your content. And I've had this system that I've created, and I created it a few months ago. And I didn't totally follow it. I did create, a little bit here, a little bit there, but doing the live streams. And also, we talked about repurposing your live stream. So if you missed that one, you really should watch that one. You really should watch that one. And speaking of repurposing your content, I said that I was going to have a repurpose your content like checklist, like all the 10 ways that I told you can repurpose one live. Well, if you go to brandmypassions.com, that is passions with an S, because remember, I talked to the multi-passionate woman. So if you go to brand my passions, make sure it's not your yeah, brandmypassions.com. There you can get the download of all the things, all the ways you can repurpose your one live stream. Good morning, Dr. Legenia. How are you? Good to see you. Great day. So go to brandmypassions.com. If someone would type that in the comments, put www.brandmypassions.com. There you can go and download the 10 ways you can repurpose one live stream. And actually, it's more than 10 ways, but 10 is a good number. There are actually a number of ways that you can do it. So if someone could type that www.brandmypassions.com in the comments, that would be fantastic. Otherwise, I'll just come through and do it when we're all done. So today we're talking about that content planning. So one of the reasons why a lot of times people don't go or don't go live or write blog posts or, create content is because they don't know where to start. They're like, I don't even know what to talk about. I know one of the main things that people say to me when we talk about going live, they say, but I don't know what to talk about. And that's really what kind of inspired me to create this 3T content planning system. And it really does work. It really does work. It takes the thank you guys. Thank you for typing that in the comments. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all for typing that in the comments. So, a lot of times people, they don't know what to say when they go live, and sometimes you find yourself just trying to fly by the seat of your pants, so you don't go live. Or if you do, you're not really prepared. And sometimes that's cool. Sometimes you can just fly, shoot from the hip and go live. But when you're going live consistently and you want to really create value, you're not going to just fly by the seat of your pants. You're going to actually plan that content. Hey, Lola, how are you? Good to see you, dear. You're going to want to plan that content. So that's what we're talking about today, the 3 T's of content planning. So what am I going to ask you to do? I'm going to ask you to share this out, share the love by sharing the link, share this out so you can help other people in your community to plan their content too. So the 3 T's of content planning. So what's the first T? The first T is when you look at how you're going to plan your content, I say look at it for the quarter. Beyond the quarter, it gets a little dicey from the standpoint of, it's a lot to manage. That's just my personal opinion. Some people can do it. I like to look at the quarter and then I go, okay, what do I want to talk about for this quarter? Like what's happening, what's going on? And this content that you're planning should be tied to your marketing calendar. So you're not just coming up with stuff to talk about. You're not just coming up with content for content's sake. You're coming up with content based on what you're going to be marketing over the next 90 days. So, are you going to be marketing a live event? Are you going to be marketing a course? Are you going to be marketing a program? What are you going to be marketing over the next 90 days that you can create content for that's going to lead people directly where you want them to go? Because this is not busy work. This is not busy work for the sake of being busy, just for the sake of creating content. Yes, you can use your content to establish your credibility, to build authority, to build relationships with your ideal clients. Absolutely. But you want it to lead somewhere. Now, if you watched one of the other videos I did on content, period, I shared the story of Procter and Gamble. Again, if you missed it, you might want to go back and watch that. I'll be sure to put the link in the description to make it easy for you. But Procter and Gamble was what? They were the money, they were the backing behind soap operas. I didn't even know that they ran a whole production house. They actually had their own production house, their own writer. They had their own talent. They had their own everything. And it was all for the purpose of being able to have a way to get into the homes of the people that they wanted to reach so they could sell them their product. So they were like the first content marketers back in like in the 1930s, I believe, when they started on radio. So I talked about all of that in one of the other content live streams, and you might want to go back and watch that because it sets the stage and the basis for what we're talking about today. So if you take that same concept and put it in your business and go, okay, over the next 90 days, let's say you're going to have a virtual event. Let's say, okay, it's a paid event. It's some type of summit or something where you're going to gather people. What content can you create for the next however long before that event happens, where you can create the content, but within the content you can seed and talk about this event that's coming, and then you eventually put up the registration link for it, but you're offering value along the way. So now you've gotten away from come to my event. You don't want to miss it. People don't care. That people don't care. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm pretty straightforward about kind of what people think about the stuff that we put out. People don't care about coming to your event. Give them a reason to come. Give them a reason to spend their money. Give them a reason to make the investment. Let them see the value in what it is you're bringing. And then you won't have to say, buy my stuff, come to my event, buy my stuff. You don't want to miss this, buy my stuff. You don't have to worry about that. People will be like, where do I sign up? Just tell me where to sign up. Okay. So that's how I want you to frame thinking about your content. I want you to give your content purpose. I want you to give it context. I want you to give it value. So I want you to have content that has purpose, that has context, and gives value. So when you sit down to plan this content, the first thing you're going to do is follow the thread. Where do I want it to go? Where do I want them to go? What is this for? All right? Purpose, context, and value. Then I want you to look at the calendar and go, okay, So for this month, and this is the first T, for this month, my theme is X. For this month, my theme is going to be around X. So your theme could be around a particular challenge that you know people in your market have. Okay. So it could be, okay, this is the challenge. It doesn't have to be one word or anything like it just has to be like, what is the theme? So if I know that my community, if my market, in order to for them to get where they want to go, if they're having a challenge with visibility, then my theme for the month is going to be visibility. Because somewhere at some point, I'm going to offer something that's going to help them with that visibility, that's going to answer that question, that's going to help them with that challenge that they can actually implement into their business, into their life to help them get where they want to go and reach whatever their bottom line is. So you want to have a theme for the month. That's the first T, is theme. Now, you want to break that theme down into topics. What topics can you talk about either via live, in your blog posts, anything? What topic can you talk about each week? So you want to have at least 4, sometimes 5 5 topics, depending on how many weeks, are, where things land on what you're doing. So at a minimum, you're going to have 4 weeks. So you're going to need 4 topics. Okay. At a minimum, 4 weeks, 4 topics. You might need 5. Again, depending on where it lands, especially when you're looking at months that have 30 or 31 days, which actually that's all of them except February. But, but again, depending on where it falls, you might only have 4 weeks of content. You might have 5 weeks of content. So you want to have 4 or 5 topics. So we're using my example. So my theme for the month is visibility, right? For the next 4 or 5 months under visibility, what will I talk about? What are going to be my topics? So my topics could be how to be visible online, how to be visible offline, how to use visibility to grow your personal brand. So I'm going through going, okay, these are the topics. And again, you want to make sure that those topics are hitting on things that people need, that people have a challenge with, that people desire. It's like, yeah, I desire to have a profitable coaching business. I'll use that as an example. I work with a lot of coaches. Yes, I want to have a profitable coaching business. So one of my topics could be how to use visibility to build and grow a profitable coaching business. You see how it makes it easier for you to come up with stuff to talk about and stuff to say when you start to follow a formula and a format, and you repeat this every single month. But we're going to take it a step further. We're going to take it to the third T. Remember, I said this is the 3 T's of content planning. So the third T is what? Talking points. You got your theme. For our example, our theme is visibility. You got your topics. So we got about 4 or 5 topics that we're going to create around the idea, the concept of visibility, or the challenge of visibility. What is the challenge? And you want to start to answer with those topics. Then each topic, you're going to give it 3 talking points, not 5, not 6. Because you are now setting yourself up to create easily consumable, bite-sized chunks of content. So you've gone from the big theme to the topics to now you got your talking points. So you're going to give each topic 3 talking points. Now, when you look at that in the aggregate, right, how many different talking points do you have? Do the math. 12. You have 12 different talking points that you can sprinkle out over for a whole month worth of content. You can literally do this. You can plan this content in 15 minutes if you really know your stuff. And that's the 3T content planning system, just like that. Theme, topics, talking points. One overall theme for the month, 4 to 5 topics, because you got one each week. And each week, you got 3 talking points. So you could use one talking point for that week to go live, another talking point for that week to create graphics for. You could use another talking point to create a blog post for if you want to, or if you go to brandmypassions.com, you can download that repurposing of your one live stream into 10 pieces of content. This makes it so much easier, and it takes the pressure off you trying to think about, oh, what am I going to say? I don't know what I'm going to say. Also, as you plan in advance, you can incorporate things. Okay. So there's a calendars you can go to and go, okay, so what are they celebrating today on the calendar? There's hamburger day, there's sibling day, there's you go down the list, there are all kinds of days. And I have done it, but I haven't done it consistently. I'm working on my own consistency in content. But look for days that complement what it is you want to talk about or just have fun with. So it could be, hey guys, you know what? And I think what I might do, ha ha ha. I'm always thinking of stuff, right? Thinking what I might do is when I come on my show 5 days a week, I can give you one of those quirky, funny holidays that's on the calendar. Because there's a side of me that likes quirky and fun, and I love to laugh. So it fits my personality, and I could definitely say, okay, guys, today we're celebrating hamburgers. I mean, you could really have fun with it, but I've planned the content. So now I know, or maybe I just want to share a graphic. Oh, you know what? Today is whatever day. People like stuff like that, honestly. So that's how you can plan your content. You literally can sit down and plan that in minutes. If you just brain dump, probably 30 minutes at the most, even including your talking points. So now when you sit down to go, okay, so I need to create something to put on my blog. I need to create something to go live with. I need to create something for a video series. You already have it mapped out, and you can do that for 90 days worth of content. So month 1 could be visibility. Month 2 could be how to use live stream to grow your personal brand, right? So I could do live stream. Month 3, I could do, what could I do? Personal branding. Duh. And then under each one of those themes, I can create my 4 to 5 topics. Boom, boom, boom. Then I can create my 3 talking points under each topic. And I have 9. Now I have 90 days worth of valuable content that has context and purpose. And there you have it. Boom, boomity boom. And didn't take me all day to say it either, right? Awesome. So let's see. I'm over here in the comments to see. We're going to pop some comments on. So be sure to go to Brand My Passion. Okay, so it's Brand My Passions, Brand My Passions with an S. Go to Brand My Passions, Brand My Passions with an S.com. And then you'll get that download for repurposing your live in one live into at least 10 pieces of content. I'm telling you, that's a game changer for you. I didn't say it. Somebody watching yesterday said said it. Um, Content should be tied to your marketing calendar. You guys are helping me do a recap. I absolutely love it. Content builds credibility. And this is where I said to make sure you go back and watch that content that I did when I talked about what is content, and I will share that in the description. Offer value along the way. Give them a reason to spend. Yes. I mean, technically, people don't have a reason. People don't need a reason to spend per se. I mean, they have their reasons, and people need a reason to spend with you. They need a reason to spend with you. All right. And offering up value, valuable content that has context and purpose, you're giving them a reason to spend with you. Awesome. Yes. Content should have purpose and offer value. Yes. 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 Love it. Love it. Love it. So you got monthly themes. Okay. You got a monthly theme. And then you're going to break the theme down into weekly topics. And then we're going to hit all three: theme, topics, talking points. You did that, Dr. Lugenia. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Well, thank you so much for joining me today for Becoming Iconic with Cheryl Poland's The Daily Show. And here is where we help multi-passionate women shine their brightest light, share their message, and serve more people by going from generic to iconic. Be sure to join us over in the Build Your Iconic Personal Brand community, where you can join the conversation. You can ask more questions. Of course, you can post your questions here in the comments. So I hope you got tremendous value from our show today, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.